Hi, this is Allison with my 5 new technologies for elementary and high school classrooms. I realized that I was focusing so much on my elementary school and my higher performing high school classrooms that I had completely forgotten about my lower performing high school classrooms. And this technology was literally staring me right in the face. And I'm talking about Duolingo. Oh my goodness, how did I not think of this 2 days ago when I was racking my brain making these slides over and over again with different technology? So I teach at 2 different high schools. One are quite high level and one are the absolute lowest level learners I've ever worked with. These are high school students that cannot differentiate between letters. They do not know the sounds that the letters make. They can barely write the letters. And I was really struggling for how I was going to get through to them, especially because my Korean is poor at best. I speak very little Korean and they speak even less English. And then I thought, Duolingo, this is an amazing piece of technology because it's interactive, it starts with the absolute basics, and you can receive trophies and medals and rewards for moving up in the levels. And usually I work with very low level students who are second graders, who are first graders. And so the pieces of educational tools that I use are fit for very young children. They're not fit for 18-year-old boys who don't want to see cartoons and Elmo on their worksheets. They want to be treated like the adults that they are. I love this site. I've used Duolingo myself. They don't have the function to learn Korean, unfortunately, but I've used it for German, to update my French language, etc. The pre-made language starts with the absolute basics, and if you're a bit of a high-level learner, you can test out of lessons and move on at a pace that's appropriate for your level. I chose this site because, as I've mentioned, many of my high school students at high tech do not know even basic phonics. They have a really hard time even pronouncing my name. This is an extremely easy to use site, and it has visuals as well as the ability to hear and speak into your microphones, and it builds on those basics in reading, speaking, and listening. And the trophies can create a great feeling of achievement and encourage continual use outside of the classroom, especially if given a small amount of homework as an achievement, like reach level 4 by the time I see you again, or something like that. The purpose of this specific piece of technology is to use an easy to navigate app with Korean instructions and English target language and fun interactive activities. I love this app because you can choose the language that you see it in. Not everything has to be in English. These kids get so overwhelmed when they see too many English letters, their brains just shut down and they give up. So if they can see something in Korean and associate that with something in English, they're much more likely to stay engaged. And my objective is to teach my very lowest performing students the basic phonics, letter recognition, sight word recognition, at, go, the, if, when, things like that, and the proper pronunciation of different phonics. They don't have sounds like TH sound, they don't have an F sound, they don't have a V or Z sound. So teaching them how to say these sounds and hearing the sounds and practicing the sounds goes far beyond what I can do in the 2 hours that I see them every week. The 2 standards that I used are from the updated student standards. I didn't realize that they had come out with the updated standards until I was halfway finished with this presentation. So some of the student standards in prior technology are from 2007. These, however, are from 2016. They can use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practices and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. I think that that is something that will obviously be sought after using Duolingo. And the second standard I chose to articulate and set personal learning goals, develop strategies, leveraging this technology to achieve those strategies, and reflect on the learning process itself. I think that by having trophies, by having these goals, by having it go back and refresh their memory and re-practice skills that they'd already learned and mastered, they're going to continue to build on their original skills, and hopefully they will have a real sense of accomplishment and a feeling of real pride in their ability to speak English at a level that they have not yet accomplished. So this is usually a mobile site that you can use on your phone, on your tablet. They do have a website. I played with it a little at school, but I will be the first to admit I accidentally changed the language to Korean and I couldn't change it back. So let's sign up again on my home computer. Get started. I want to learn. So what language are you trying to learn? I'm trying to learn English. Look how many users, 273 million people on Duolingo learning English. I love it. And what language do you speak? We obviously speak all the way down here, 한국어, but when you change it to Korean, it's going to change the language to Korean. That's what happened at school, and I wasn't able to change it back. But let's see what we can do. Site language, Korean. And now you can see the entire site is in Korean. And there's really no going back from that. They don't give you the option to see, do you already speak English? So this is what the site looks like. It's telling you that you want to speak English. This is the drop-down menu. It's saying change your course, making sure your audio is functioning, help function. I suggest going through all of this. Well, everyone that's reading this probably is going to use that their language is English. And these are the levels: basic phonics, dialogue speaking, foods, animals, business, clothing. So, and then this is where you can get your XP. So if you get one right, you get your XP, and then you get a cute little reward. For anyone who's not familiar with Hangul, this is what it looks like. It is a symbol-based language, and all of these symbols always make the same sound. So that's why English is so difficult for my students. They're not used to having to change the way the letters sound. This is a lot easier to navigate on your phone. I highly recommend downloading the Duolingo app. I have tried to go back and change this out of English, and it really just, this says home, H-O-M, home, toron. So this is the home site. There is no going back from this. And it's a really great resource. Even if you're not an educator or you don't plan to use this in your classroom, it's an amazing way to refresh your second or third language, an amazing way to start a new language, and hopefully everyone is familiar enough with Duolingo, because I have officially gone out to sea in putting this in Hangul. So I hope you've enjoyed my fourth technology, Duolingo. This is Allison signing off. 안녕히 계세요.